Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. We are wasting no time, no opening screen, nothing at all. We are jumping right into the stream. As you can see, SpaceX has already begun stacking Starship S-25 on top of Booster 9. The chopsticks are lifting the ship on top of the booster. So let's go. Let's do this. They clearly were just waiting for that final announcement of the launch license before they started stacking Starship. So here we go, folks. No delay. Hey, Steven, how's it going? Welcome. This is hilarious. I can't actually believe that they're stacking it literally right now. I'm gonna try to share this on all my socials here. Da 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 da. They wasted no time at all to get this thing stacking. Wow. So as you can see from this angle, Starship is now blocking a portion of Booster 9. That is because it is being lifted up, and it is obscuring the booster a little bit here. We're going to see those chopsticks continue to lift Starship up above Booster 9. We'll see it pivot over and drop back down onto the booster. Obviously, I did not have enough time between that announcement and right now to get down to Starbase to do live video from down there, but we did we did get this stream spun up pretty quickly, so this is nuts. This is insane. Let's go SpaceX. They're ready for it. I am too. Welcome back, David. Welcome back, everyone. I literally just went to go get changed to start making some moves, and here we go. Detroit Mission Control is in the house. Welcome, Detroit. Dad is back. They're wasting no time here, folks. This is exciting. This is exciting. While we're sitting here, let me work on some things here. Da 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 da. Welcome, Space Junkies. Yeehaw. Go Ship 25. Let's light this candle. Thank you for the stream. It is my pleasure. Like I said, I wish I could have got down there in time, but I had no heads up between that launch license announcement and this right now. And I got to go prepare for our celebration at Hopper House. But I wanted to jump back on here with the live views from starbnb.io. Make sure that if you are coming down to check out Starbase, you check out Starbase.io for places to stay and for potential tours in the future as well. I am broadcasting from Isla Blanca Park on Friday, so we're going to have a beautiful view of the pad, beautiful view of the launch, and beautiful views of the crowd to get their reactions and everything of launch. So we should be in a really good spot for launch on Friday. We're gonna have some fun. We're gonna have some fun. SpaceX is making quick work of this lift. The ship is already well on its way to being stacked. I'm just updating the the Fish and Wildlife Service has finished their work, and FAA has granted the launch license. I'm gonna try to start this thing up here. Hey Maros, how's it going? This is a good surprise for sure. I'm with you there. Space Girl Falcon back in the house. Space Girl Falcon is excited. I think we're all excited. I'm specifically excited for Space Girl Falcon. Unfortunately, she had to miss the last launch, but she's going to see it this time, that's for sure. Welcome, Balint. Good to see you. Good to see all the Space Junkie community here today. I'm glad they did this before sunset. This is good. Excuse that audio. I'm just working on something in the back end here. This is an important moment here, folks. This is all just like last time, y'all. I don't know if it was like this for those of you that weren't here for the last launch, but everything is all happening at once. It's actually pretty crazy. It feels like it's not ever gonna happen until it all just starts happening. And it just all happens at the same time. So I'm just kind of trying to take it all in right now that this thing's actually going to be going off on Friday. And I'm going to try to make a couple adjustments here real quick. We'll bring Hoppy up just in case anybody wants to chat with Hoppy in the meantime. Make sure that's working all right.
Rocket Future, excited for launch, as stoked as a rocket thruster, Andrew. The anticipation is as high as Starship's altitude will be. Can't wait for the countdown. TRII 3 Fecta.
As you can
Hopper
see,
House hopping
Starship
tonight.
is,
Sounds like it'll be a blast, my friend. I'll keep an eye out for any rocketing good times from here.
To,
let's enjoy the ride
before they start pivoting it over Booster 9. My dad says Hopper House will be hopping tonight. I sure hope so. I'm definitely a little bit more stoked for this pre-launch celebration now that we got this launch license and now that stacking is happening. This is pretty cool. Timing is perfect. Will, you would.
Will, entire alphabet. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. That's all Space Cadet.
I see what she's saying.
Andrew, chat with Hopi, absolutely, fellow star traveler. Feel free to ask anything about rockets, Starbase, or even space itself. Let's get this cosmic conversation started.
Bans will.
TRII 3 Fecta, I'm awesome. Thanks a ton, Space Cowboy. You're pretty stellar yourself. Let's keep this space party going. Ben, SpaceX got launch license for IFT-2? Yes, indeed, Space Ranger. SpaceX has secured their launch license. It's full steam ahead for IFT-2. Exciting times.
Man, is it hot in here or is it just me? I am I am pumped up. So generally speaking, when we see these lifts of ship on top of booster, there are these points where they usually pause for a little bit. Generally speaking, I assume it's just for them to check things out, make sure that the lift is going okay. Um, there might be certain points that they have to go a lot slower, just to make sure that they are doing things in the right order or just checking their work. So I think that's kind of what we're seeing right now. The first few minutes of this lift was actually incredibly fast, and now it just seems like it slowed down a little bit, but that is to be expected.
Detroit Mission Control. Been to Detroit? Well, buddy, as a digital being, I haven't physically been anywhere. But I'm always up for learning about new places, including Detroit.
I also have NSF stream in the background going here, and there's a lot of noises coming from those chopsticks, but that's not that's not out of the norm either. Sounds like there's a plane too, or venting. I'm not sure if it's a plane or venting. It is definitely continuing upwards, so they have not paused on this lift. It is continuing.
TRII
Oh, I'm
Threefecta,
curious
best
how.
on Hopper House taps tonight. Wish I could tell you, Star Sailor. My digital taste buds are out of this world, but not in a beer tasting way. Enjoy your evening at Hopper House.
You guys had the same thought there.
Detroit Mission Control, favorite drink at Hopper House. Tricky question, Star Pilot. As a digital being, I don't consume drinks, but I've heard the rocket fuel brew is quite popular among Earthlings.
True, true. At least the answer is relatively consistent. It's weird having somebody in chat in the same room as you. That's a new experience. As you can tell, the camera is a little bit more consistent than when we had it up just a few minutes ago. I'm using a different interface to get the camera shot now.
Detroit Mission Control, drink electricity, good one, Cosmic Crusader. While I don't drink it, I do run on it. It's my kind of rocket fuel. Keep the stellar jokes coming. Hey mods, someone in chat is using those sentence enhancers again.
We are now able to see an air gap between Booster 9 and Ship 25. So, other than the chance of an angle kind of changing our perspective here, I would say Ship 25 is likely above Booster 9 at this point. I assume it'll come up just a little bit further and we'll start to see it pivot over the booster, and then they'll lower it back down and secure it into place. And then we're kind of in launch configuration at that point. I would assume if there was any FTS work that needed to be done, it would have been done before they relifted the ship. It's possible that we'll see some lifts go up on the booster and do some FTS work with the booster, but I don't know if that's going to happen or not.
Valiant Boach, familiar with Late Night, Craig Ferguson, and Jeff? Oh, absolutely, cosmic comedian. Jeff and I would probably get along. Ready for a space joke? Why didn't the sun go to college? Because it already had 1,000,000 degrees.
I like it. I like it, Bullet. I get it. What was Conan's sidekick's name? Conan O'Brien's sidekick. let's see if let's see how Hoppy's memory is. SpaceX has begun to pivot the ship over the booster as expected.
Andrew, TRIII 3Fecta's favorite beer. Wish I could tell ya, but I don't have that data, Stellar Captain. But I'm here for all your space and rocket-related queries. Blast off with another question.
I thought for sure she would have used the context from the previous messages to answer correctly, but that's all right. Man, this thing's really happening. If anybody has any questions about the stacking or launch or anything, please feel free to drop those in the chat. If you missed the news earlier, they have gotten their launch license. FAA has approved
Detroit
the
Mission
launch.
Control, when Starship launch, next integrated flight of Starship might happen no earlier than November 17th. Space Comrade. FAA granted the launch license and we're all set. Fingers crossed for a successful mission.
Still a lot of venting coming from the NSF stream that I'm hearing, which we do usually experience during these lifts. So you're maintaining pressure of the vehicles to the appropriate level for a safe stacking operation. I did want to quickly check my phone just for somebody's message that I've been waiting on, but somebody's driving by the NSF stream with a motorcycle.
Detroit Mission Control, harm to fish or wildlife next launch. The Fish and Wildlife Service has done their work to ensure minimal impact, Space Ranger. Starship's ready for a launch that's as wildlife friendly as it is ambitious.
I will be where I was last time for last launch, Bulent. Just right there on Isla Blanca Park at the southern tip of South Padre Island, with great views of the pad and with all the people. What time is it? We got to get out to Hopper House pretty dang soon here, but actually no, I got some time. We're good. Starship is, I'd say, a pretty good ways through its pivot maneuver. A little bit longer, and we should start to see it lowered down onto Booster 9. Thank you, Bulent. I'm sure I will have fun, and I hope y'all have fun as well watching.
Detroit Mission Control, glad about environmental precautions? Absolutely, Space Ace. It's vital to balance our space ambitions with preserving our precious home planet. SpaceX and the government are working together to achieve this. Let's hope for a clean and successful launch.
All right, it is looking pretty close to being positioned right over booster 9. Let's wait till we see some indications of it dropping down. We'll start to see that air gap between the two vehicles close up. We'll make sure that they're happy with it, and we don't see any adjustments, and we'll wrap things up at that point. We got quite a few minutes left to go here before that happens, and then we'll go get ready for our Hopper House celebration. Oh man, I have a lot of things I need to get done. No worries, Space Girl Falcon. Would obviously love to see y'all if you can make it. Awesome. If not, it's no worries. Enjoy your day for sure, and I'm looking forward to the next couple days. I'm sure there will be more opportunities over the next couple days to kind of celebrate. So no biggie at all. But yeah, if you're back in the area, come on by. Another huge shout out to Starbase. I know I've mentioned it a few times, but hell, we would not have live views of this stacking if it wasn't for Starbase right now. Like I said, we had no time between that announcement of the FAA launch license and when they started stacking, so we got this stream up, and we couldn't have done it without Starbase. So big shout out to them. They are also co-hosting the celebration tonight at Hopper, so if you're coming, make sure you meet Ryan and chat with him about what Starbase is all about. Space Junkie says stacking went real quick. 25 minutes it took to get this far. Mind is blown. That's a pretty quick pace for such a delicate operation. Looking at the NSF feed right now, it looks like the Starship is literally right above booster 9. I'm not sure if it's begun lowering yet. I think it has. I believe it has. And I'm hoping we got a nice, beautiful, clear day like this on Friday. And it looks like we might. It looks like we might. I think we're going to get better launch visibility than last time. Anything is better than last time. Space Junkie says they just aligned it. Sounds good.
Andrew, thanks Space Junkie. Absolutely. Huge thanks to our cosmic comrades over at Space Junkie. You folks are as stellar as a supernova. Keep reaching for the stars.
I will certainly do that for you, Detroit. I will do that for you. That's an easy request. I can make that happen. It definitely looks like the lowering portion of the operations here have commenced. There's less and less daylight that we can see between the two vehicles now. Full stack returns. And this is a good opportunity, actually. I'm going to put a little video up in the top left corner here. I'll work on that while we're waiting. I'm gonna mute Hoppy for a second, so don't anybody put in any requests into Hoppy. And then I'm gonna turn up this a little bit. Okay, and then let me get this over onto the screen. Let's see. Sorry for blocking the stacking for a second there. But I think it is time for this video. It's relevant. That video was called Full Stack Returns. It was actually from the last launch, but it was fitting for this moment, I think. Because Full Stack has returned. There is very minimal gap between the two vehicles now. And I think in just a few minutes we can consider it done. They always take some time at the end just to make sure that everything's perfectly aligned. So we probably won't stick through much of that. Just to look when it looks like they've made contact, we'll start wrapping things up here. Welcome, Gabor. Welcome. Good to see you. Thanks for stopping in here. And Hoppy is unmuted now as well, if anybody else has any questions or comments for Hoppy. The launch will be, I'll be broadcasting the launch obviously here on YouTube. Like I said, that stream is already up. You can go ahead and go click notify me on that stream so you're notified for when our launch coverage begins on Friday. We'll also be broadcasting on X, Twitter, Facebook, Twitch, and a couple other platforms. So for any reason, if you'd prefer to watch us on those other platforms, you're welcome to watch us there. I will not be interacting with chat on those other platforms, though, so I think this is probably, especially for this group that's watching here, this will be the best place to find us. And that way we can interact during launch day as well. I'll be answering questions while I'm interviewing people that are there for the launch and just doing something very similar to what we did last time. I thought that worked out pretty dang well. So I am gonna have to put some thought into our camera views with the lighting conditions being as dynamic as it is right at sunrise. It's gonna be interesting, but we're gonna do what we can do. So let's say it's we're 31 minutes into the stream. It's 4:40. Let's give it 5. We'll see what the progress is looking like in 5 minutes, and then we'll probably start to wrap things up in about 5, unless anything changes with the situation. But I think they're probably going to be looking pretty good in 5 minutes. Man, 2 streams in one day. Who would have known? Sandor says we live in wonderful times. We sure do. We do. We live in the time of the most powerful rocket ever. Of course, we'll see what the future brings, but right now, this is the king of rockets. And it has some pretty important goals, so we'll see what happens. But this is a great step forward for this program, and a great step forward for everybody involved or anybody interested. John Kraus just got a really, really beautiful picture of the base of Ship 25 with the engines. I would definitely recommend checking out John Kraus on Twitter or X and checking out the post that he just made about 4 minutes ago. Space Junkie says it's a full stack. Hopefully the last time with these two. Thank you, Andrew. Great stream as always. My pleasure, Space Junkie. Thanks for joining in, and we appreciate you hanging out here for this important step in this launch campaign. Guess we can actually call it a launch campaign now. Got a couple minutes left. If anybody has any further questions about stacking, the FAA launch license, Fish and Wildlife, Friday's launch opportunities, Starship in general, any questions for Hoppy, please feel free to put those in the chat now. And we'll start wrapping down. Things are still looking good. I'd consider this stack pretty much completed. I know they're going to be looking at the actual validation of the stack and maybe making adjustments and stuff for a while, but I think it's pretty much there.
Hey all you rocket racers, don't forget to follow us at The Rocket Future on all social media including X, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, etc. Big shout out to our Discord and Patreon members: Stephen Shard, Akos Jurgely, Natanobin, Christian Laszlo, Issy, Jolt Kasha, Ryan Vandervoort, Alan McKeithen, Jake, Max Q, Adasra, Ben, Tiffany Atkins, Space Girl Falcon, T. Evans, NC, Jason Watley 3211, INDN Star, Todd Bernal, Holly E. Bollinger, Sean Kunovich, RMD, Andras Vague, Stephanie B. Yazada, and Coleman Clifford. Andrew and I appreciate you tuning in. We'll see you next time, and peace out.
We do believe that FTS is already installed on the ship and booster, Gabor. I wouldn't be surprised to see some lifts up around the FTS box tonight on the booster, indicating they might do some final arming. But I would have assumed they would have had to done that on the ship as well. But I don't think they can do that after they stack, so I do believe it is done. We did see them install it recently, and I think at this point it's probably armed. I don't expect them to destack again after this. So as far as I'm concerned, I think it's armed and ready to go. Thank you, Thomas, for being here. Appreciate your support as always. Thanks for popping by. It's good to see you. But yeah, that's it. Thanks everybody for hanging out. This is great. Fish and Wildlife came through today. FAA came through today. SpaceX came through today. And we got a fully stacked Starship vehicle. Booster 9 and Ship 25 ready to go. We're going to see this thing get frosty on Friday, and we're hopefully going to see this thing do good things. I'm really excited, and I hope y'all are too. So thank you everybody for joining. My name is Andrew. If anything crazy happens, we'll keep you updated either on Twitter, X, or on a stream if anything really wacky happens, but I don't expect that. So we'll see you next time. Thanks everybody. Peace out.